Hey, how's it going, everybody? Just wanted to make this video because it may be helpful to somebody out there. I'm just currently making broth, and I've got 3 different broths going at the moment, and just kind of how I've done it and what I kind of do. And this is sort of explorative and experimentative with my own growth and how I see the reusability of certain things. So today, what you'll see here is I've got, this is turkey broth, these 3 right here, and you'll see that the colors are slightly different and some are a bit more murkier. The murkiness came from the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, and then the top end was more of the things that had been less murked around. I'm just going to come in the fridge here, and we've got the chicken meat, and actually I've kept some bones, so you'll see the bones in here. And also bones here. These are from pork side ribs. And the reason why I keep the bones, actually, this is more of a preference that just kind of thought about it because of my time in South America. All the soups that I've eaten there, what they tended to do is you kind of had a bone in your soup. So I actually add, when I'm reheating my soups or when I'm making my soups, I just throw a bone in, and because the bones have already really been cooked well during the bone broth making process, they're really soft, and so actually the bones start falling apart in there, and they're almost like you could literally eat them, like chew them. And apparently there's lots of great calcium in there. And I also enjoy sucking on the bones. There's like a lot of stuff in these bones. And then here you'll see this is the pork and the beef bones. Pork side ribs and beef bones. Lots of good fatty pieces in there, which is good for me, apparently. And I'm experimenting right now. I'm trying to eat mostly fat and meat with some cooked vegetables, minimizing grains. However, I still have quite the addiction to them. But it's a slowly evolving thing. I mean, I still eat some sweets and whatnot, but aka donut monster here. Probably not the best thing, but once in a while I do it. Is it good? No, it's not really from my body's perspective, but I see myself weaning. Anyhow, so this is probably not a good idea. This is a vegetable broth. I probably shouldn't have taken the lid off of, and you didn't need to see in there. You can go like this, actually, and you'll notice there's some bones in here. So what I did was the turkey broth I cooked for 12 hours, and then removed all the bones and separated the bones, kept the bones for my soups, and then also the meat and the collagen and stuff like that, and some of the other stuff that's in there. And those will all go in my soups, or I may make some sort of a sandwich of some sort. Again, I'm still eating grains, but it's not going to kill me at the moment. At least I if it does hurt me or affect me and I notice it, I'll remove whatever it is, because no one wants to be in pain. And then so the turkey broth I cooked for 12 hours. This guy, the meat broth with the pork side ribs and the meat bones, I cooked that. That was knuckle bones. I cooked that for, I think, 20 hours. And that was really fatty. You'll see it right here. Look at the amount of fat on that, versus the fat in that. Can't really see that one, but you see minimal, and so I'm just going to put these all these in the fridge. During that time, the solidification process of the fat will happen, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the fat off. I'll end up using that fat for cooking, for adding to my soups, for adding to, anything really that I can think of in the moment. And then what I'm thinking of doing, because I don't really have a lot of the pork, the beef broth, I think I'm gonna make ice cubes and then freeze them, is what I'm thinking. And then so I'll have to really wait till that obviously comes down, or once I put it in the fridge and do all that process, then I'll put them in the ice cube tray, and then I'll have ice cubes for throwing in my soups, along with maybe some turkey broth, or even my veggie broth that I'm making right now. So I might want a beef and veggie broth soup, or turkey and veggie broth soup. So I'm kind of just I'm having all three, and then I'm gonna freeze, whatever obviously I can't use because I'm making a large amount. Anyhow, that's just kind of what's happening at the moment. It's not really about recipes, just more so what I've been doing. If you do have any questions, just feel free to reach out. Again, I'm very much new to this and experimenting myself, but I'm currently trying to follow the best that I can, and the GAPS diet, and a lot of stuff from Nourishing Traditions. Starting to make my own sauerkraut. Haven't done that yet. I've got all the ingredients, but don't want to put too much on my plate. So that might be in a couple days I might venture into making my first sauerkraut, which I'm excited for. Because I need more probiotic foods, fermented foods in my diet, to help aid in my gut bacteria, in my stomach, and the breaking down of foods, in basically the healing of my gut, which through my travels has been extremely damaged, I feel, due to sickness in some of these countries. Also, as well as a vegetarian diet that I don't think suits my lifestyle or my body or my genetics. Typically, only reason why I can say that is I did it for about 5 years. Very low levels of meat, low levels of protein. Upwards maybe max 20 grams of protein a day. And I also suffer from food fear of eating not healthy things. So a lot of the times I either neglect food, or I only eat a little bit of something, and then I end up, binging on something, or I just don't feel good altogether and don't eat much, or I just eat vegetables, which is not enough to really sustain me personally. Like I said, I've lost about 40 pounds, and albeit I was working out at the time, and a little bit less obviously now, due to my body pain and experience, but I am trying to recover, and hopefully this year I can use that to help heal my body and my mind, because my mind is very, very much, it's all intertwined. So yeah, anyways, thank you very much for listening or watching. Ciao.